Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Aries, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, I have 3 links listed in the About section of my YouTube page, to my TikTok channel, to my Instagram, and to my Buy Me a Coffee page, where you can find the area for donations and for services. And I thank you so much in advance. So, Aries, I hope that you're doing well. I'm going to be using 2 decks for your reading today. The first one, the What We've Forgotten Oracle deck, and the Tarot of the Abyss. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for, you know what I didn't do? Let's burn some Palo Santo for Aries to clear out the energy, best wishes and intentions for the Aries collective. I feel compelled to tribute this reading and the intention of this reading to a friend who is in spirit, who was an Aries, and I just wanted to say that to honor him. Okay, this is for the Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What messages do you have for Aries, please? You got 1 card. Number 9, which corresponds to the Hermit energy, Virgo, in the major arcana. Hero's journey, which very much describes that friend I was talking about, at least the journey that he's taking in spirit. And this could be a journey that you're taking in the material world, or a journey that you're taking through spirit, through hermiting, through your dark night of the soul. Many of you could be going through that. My hands just got very sweaty. Very, very sweaty. They don't usually. Actually, I usually have issues with circulation in my hands. They're always cold, and they're very warm right now. So, Spirit just said Aries is up to the task. It's like you wouldn't have been able to approach this doorway, this portal, if you hadn't put in all the work thus far. Spirit's singing that song from U2, Baby, 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 Light My Way. Sorry, I'm just thinking, I'm sorry for that long pause. I'm listening to the song. I'm trying to reach in and see if Spirit wants to give me a particular lyric besides Baby, 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 Light My Way. The words that I hear him singing are something about sleeping on stones. It's kind of about a relationship, I think, that is tumultuous, but that it's kind of like all roads lead back to you. Those are not the lines in the song, but it's kind of like the gist that I'm getting. You should listen to that song. I think it's called Light My Way. I should know. I'm a terrible fan. U2 is my favorite band, but I just can't remember it right now. U2 could be a band that you like, though I don't know how popular they are anymore. They're making me think of Bono, who is the lead singer of that band. He's very philanthropic. They're a very philanthropic band. So there could be some philanthropy that you are also engaged in at this time. Some volunteerism. You could be giving your money or your time, your resources to philanthropic pursuits. Another type of hero. Something really bold and courageous though, right? There is some shadow energy. It's like we're having to walk through the darkness to get to the light. So there is a sense of, I don't want to say peril. We're not in any kind of peril, although you could be, energetically speaking, you could, if when people go through their dark night of the soul, they kind of have a reckoning with themselves, and it feels a little perilous, right? Because you're facing all of your deepest, darkest fears and trauma, and it's like not pleasant. So in that sense, I could see a sensation of peril, but it's not peril. It's just we're putting in the tough work, and we're going to come out on the other side really triumphant. Hero's journey also, sometimes we're not recognized for that journey, are we? We're not. Unsung hero is what Spirit just said to me. Unsung heroes. People that don't get the credit that they deserve. But they don't necessarily do it for the credit, do they? They do it for the task itself. In a sense that being helpful is its own reward, is its own honor. I would like to pull another oracle card for you. Some of the other signs got more than one. I would like to pull another one for Aries. Angel, spirits, guides, can I have one more card for Aries, please? The hero's journey. Thank you, Spirit. You got two more. Wow. 20 and 21. The Judgment card and the World card of the major arcana referenced here. Vision Quest and Whole Self. Wow. Wow. One, because these two, I've shuffled this deck so many times at this point because I've used it for several readings. So to get two cards in succession in any reading is quite significant because it shows progression, right? This Vision Quest card, well, first of all, it can look like a lot of things. It can look like a sundial. It can look like an astrological chart, a compass, a compass, a clock, a calendar, a mandala. Very sacred, very, Spirit just said ordained, like blessed, ordained, something enacted, something is, or like, oh, okay. Hero's journey and Vision Quest. It's like ordained by Spirit, by your guides. I also heard the Akashic Records, right? The Akashic Records, the storehouse in the great beyond that knows all our past, present, and future, every potential future to come. It's all stored up there as information that we have access to if only we knew how to approach the door, which many people do. I do not. I've tried. I need somebody to guide me because I have no idea how to do it. But I'm sure I've touched the door handle, but I haven't been able to walk through completely. This perhaps is what you're doing. You're walking through the door of the Akashic Records. Wow. It's ordained by Spirit. It's blessed by Spirit. These are almost like your instructions. Just go with me on this. I know it seems, I mean, for some people this could be like really, what a weird reading. Just go with it. Just like, let's have some fun here. It's all about exploration. Aries, you're the babies of the zodiac. You're the ones that take chances. You're the trailblazers. So we're trailblazing at this time. And what is it What is the whole journey about? Coming back to the self. I've said this before in other readings as well. The greatest adventure that you could ever traverse in your entire life would be the deep knowing of who you are. Because that is exploration of the highest order, in my opinion, but also in Spirit's opinion, because they wanted me to say it. Whole self. This flame here, divinity. See how it's like we move from this energy, we go through this journey, like we walk through the door, we go on this journey, and when we come out the other side, it's like a different shape. It's like transformed. We have up-leveled, we have transformed. We're in a new dimension, especially with the shape of the pyramid, which is notorious for the transformation of energy. Whole self. It's all about coming back to the self. That's really beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful. I kind of want to just end the reading right there, but I'm not going to. 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future, and advice from Spirit. I'm going to pull advice from Spirit at the end. I'm not going to pre-shuffle those. That will come at the end. Okay. Yeah. Well, it's spicy, Aries. It's spicy. It's like it's totally in keeping with your sign. And so, past energy. We start with the Devil. What a splash. Number 15 of the Major Arcana, representing Capricorn energy. The Devil in the upright talks about the things that trap and bind us, like codependencies and addictions and fears and doubts and negative self-talk, negative behavior, harmful behavior to self and other, whether conscious or not. But when you get the card in reverse, it's kind of like telling me that you've been rallying. I hear the emergency vehicles in the distance. Important message. You've been rallying against the devilish aspects of your personality or your beingness. We all travel through the major arcana of the tarot, right? It's a journey. Talk about a hero's journey. In the tarot, we call it the Fool's journey. Starts with the Fool at number 0 and ends with the World at number 21. Go through the whole gamut of experience. By the time we reach number 15, we've had our triumphs, we've had our tribulations, we've needed our perspective, and now we're just needing to kick ourselves in the butt and go through a process of enlightenment and change and up-leveling. After the Devil in the Major Arcana, it's the Tower energy. The Tower is a great shock, awe, and upheaval from Spirit. So everyone goes through this energy. It's nothing to fear. It's more about, Spirit just showed me chasing your tail. Not chasing tail, but chasing your own tail. You're just going to spin around in a circle. Right? It could keep you distracted, but in the end, you're not going to get anywhere. And so this is what you're rallying against right now. Or rather, in the past, you were rallying against that. This is past energy. It's clarified by the Empress in the Major Arcana, number 3, Taurus and Libra energy. This is my favorite card in any tarot deck. The Empress is the power of all four queens, the divine feminine, the master attractor. Beautiful energy. I want everyone to be in their Empress energy, right? Because we can't always be. But when it's in reverse, there could be this sense of, you know, not putting, like we're putting things out into the world that we think are good, but we're not being, it's not being reciprocated or given back to us or shown to us. It's like feeling a little bit unfair. Right? So in the past energy, you might have had to rally against this sense of what was fair and not fair. I don't see the Justice card here, but I feel it. Maybe it wasn't something superficial. Maybe it was truly heart-wrenching, Spirit just said. Like a relationship. Heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching. Brought you to your knees. That's what the number 9 Hermit energy does to us. Humbles us, brings us to our knees in the effort to find ourselves. Can I get a clarifier for the Devil in reverse and the Empress in reverse? Thank you, Spirit. 4 of Swords in reverse. 4 of Swords talks about rest and recuperation. But in the reverse, it's kind of like having to rally, having to pick yourself up by your bootstraps, having to say, snap out of it. Almost like seeing somebody slap their own self across the face. Just snap out of it. Right? We can't be stuck in these energies anymore where we're thinking like we're not getting our manifestations and we're not vibing in the right vibration and we're not bringing our abundance towards us. Snap out of it. The Spirit just said something about what you thought you deserved, didn't deserve. That's a tricky energy. Got to be careful with those energies of what we deserve and what we think we deserve and what we actually deserve, right? It's like, according to who? But in the past, it's just like, I feel like you're just snap out of it. It's almost like, okay, Spirit is giving me the image of like a racetrack. And you know those things, hurdles, I guess they're called, they have to jump over. It's almost like I see this very competitive race. And, you know, shot goes off, everybody starts running. And on like the 3rd hurdle, your foot clips the hurdle and you like tumble to the ground. And we've all seen these Olympic hurdles, right? There are some people that just stop right there. They've just give up. Like they still finish the race, but they don't put any fight into it. And then you see the people that quickly pick themselves back up and they finish 1st place, despite all the odds. Sheer will to succeed, to complete, to persevere. So I'm seeing that in my mind for you, for this past energy. It's almost like there was like a choice. There was a hiccup, there was a trip, and there was a choice you made. You could have let the devil win and say, okay, there's no use in continuing. I've already lost. Or it's absolutely worth continuing because I still have a chance. As long as I can get up, I still have a chance. Sorry, I'm right past the camera, past my phone. I have plants behind my camera, and some of the leaves I'm noticing have wilted a little bit, and yet the plant perseveres. It's almost like telling me, like, there's going to be these offshoots of your life that are not of everybody's life. Not everything can be a success. We wouldn't learn any lessons if everything that we ever did succeeded. So what do we do in that? Where does the plant redirect its resources when one leaf is dying out? It redirects it to other leaves. In the present energy, 8 of Wands in the upright, fast action, fast communication. Isn't that funny? Like, if you kind of turn the perspective on these wands, they could be like hurdles. And this formation here, just imagine like the racetracks, the races, how they all kind of, they start at different intervals on the track because of the way that the track is oriented. I see it here. Fast action, fast communication. Clarified by the 3 of Swords in reverse. This is the heartbreak card. This is the card that comes right before the 4 of Swords, right? Heartbreak, disappointment, sadness. You know, this card came out for another sign, and I asked them, do you see yourself as the person, or do you see yourself as the bird? What do we do when one of the leaves is dying? Where do we redirect our resources? When the 3 of Swords is in the reverse, we're kind of, it still lingers with us, the pain or the frustration of the past. I feel as though you're really trying to break away from the pack and kind of distance yourself from this pain, like you're like trying to put as much distance as you can between it and you, but it still is fueling something, right? Let's say that same race scenario, and it was the last race where you tripped over the hurdle, and now you have a race in the present, and there's part of you that thinks, oh my God, am I going to trip again? Is it going to happen again? Am I going to make the same mistake? Is my foot not going to clear that hurdle again? Right? The more you say it to yourself, it's almost like you're manifesting it, right? So this is where this Devil in reverse, 3 of Swords in reverse, we're trying to rally. No, 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 Aries, don't say that to yourself. We're going to persevere. We're going to move quickly. Can I get a clarifier for the present energy? Thank you. 2 of Swords in the reverse. There's no stagnancy anymore, right? This is a card of stagnancy. This is a card of like, what should I consider, right? It's Swords energy is air. It's all about the cerebral. It's all about the mind. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? How am I going to act? But at first I have to decide what it is I think about the situation, and that causes me a lot of confusion. When the card is in reverse, no confusion. 2, 3, 4 of Swords. Please take that as a synchronicity. 2, 3, 4 of Swords. Cards, they don't come out in succession as often as you think they would. They don't do it. What does that show? It shows that there's, well, in this particular reading, normally it would show progression, but in this one, there's a little bit of backtrack. There's a little bit of backtracking because 4 of Swords was in the past. 2 and 3 of Swords are in the present. You don't want to move backwards. You can look to the past for lessons, but you don't want to exist in that energy. Right? We're coming back now to the idea of the Akashic records. Why are people interested in the Akashic records? What purpose does it serve for me to like look back at my past lives? Well, to try and understand what motivates you in the present. So I'll tell you a quick story. When I had my Akashic records read by this amazing human being, Anne Marie Pizarro, highly, highly recommend. She channeled the Akashic records, and I asked the record keepers, why, what did I say? It was more like, why is it that I can't finish certain things that I start? I'm notorious about that. This is how I know I love reading tarot, because I actually followed through with my YouTube channel. But everything else in life, I've half done, you know. When it comes to my own personal pursuits, when it comes to work and everything else, I don't have a problem. Personal pursuits, I start something, I'm really enthusiastic, and then I just lose steam. So that frustrates me. And I know it frustrates a lot of people because they experience something similar. Procrastination, blah, blah, blah. And I asked the record keepers, why do I do that? Why can't I not finish things that I start? What's the fear? What's the hesitation? What is it? And the record keepers told me that in a past life, I had started this huge philanthropic project. Like in a past life, I like started all of these orphanages to try and help children. If this is what we got to go with it, right? Whatever it is that you believe or don't believe, it's just, I'm just telling you a story. It's this sense that in a past life, I started all of these charities, and in that past life, I died young, and I never got to finish. And there's this kind of cosmic regret that my soul has because I never got to see that project through to a completion that I deemed worthy. And so it's something that kind of haunts my soul. And so in this life, I'm trying to learn the lesson of to overcome that energy, to heal from it. Right? So that's just an example of something here that lingers for you, that you still have to look at, that you still have to face in order to move forward, not in the sense of running away from something, but looking back to the past and saying, I'm moving forward, right? Those are two different energies. Us running away from things and us simply saying, I'm saying goodbye to you now, and I'm going to step forward in this direction. I'm not running away from anything. Two different energies. The future potential, another 8. That's 2 8s in your reading. The 8 of Cups in the reverse. And that's 3 8s in your reading, excuse me. The Strength card of the Major Arcana, Leo energy. That's 3 8s in your reading right there. Wow. The 8 of Cups, so interesting that we're talking about the difference between running away from something and walking away from something. 8 of Cups in the reverse in the future potential, walking back towards something. I see the 8 of Cups, it's not the same things, but I see the 8 of Cups as a kind of, I call it the homecoming card. Coming back home to something. Self. 8s are the number of the self. The Strength card talks about a mastery, taming the beast within, the beast represented here by the lion, representing the ego, right? Very much can be devil energy if left unchecked. It all comes back to the self. the deep self, the elevated self. What is the advice from Spirit? How can we help Aries on their way? 5 of Wands. Interesting piece of advice from Spirit. They're kind of telling me that you have an internal battle going on right now. It's almost like what you want to do and what you think you should do. Full circle moment. The Hermit in the reverse. Number 9 of the major arcana. 9-9. Very full circle. Very full circle. Eventually, this is Spirit's advice. I feel as though you're going through some kind of dark night of the soul moment. You're at odds with yourself. You're looking at the triggers and the traumas and the things that keep you stuck. And eventually, you're going to have to rejoin the world with what you've discovered. The Hermit card in reverse talks about coming out from the cave of wonder, the cave of contemplation, to share with the world what you've learned. We can't stay in that cave forever, right? There's another side to this door. It's like you're going to walk through it, go on your journey, and what comes out the other side is this, your light. And what do we do with our light? We share it with the world. We raise the vibration of humanity. It's a tall order, Aries. It's really, really deep. But they wouldn't give you this task if they didn't think you were capable. So that's your reading, Aries. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Aries.